Okay, so recently there was a video made by Hamza. Actually, it was like a month ago from now, but for the story, I'll just pretend it was recently. Basically, Hamza posted a video about like this trap on the way to success. Basically, my friend came up to me. I was like,
Yo, Alfie, that video is for you.
and whilst I felt nice, I felt sick about it. I feel like I had to make this video not only for my friend because he watches these videos, but also for you because I think it'll be important for you as well. Looking back, it was really nice, and it feels good to have people tell you, Alfie, you're gonna be the successful one. I'm not even boasting here. A lot of my friends just think that I'm going to be successful. I know I'm going to be successful. I know that sounds arrogant, and I'm like, you know what? If you're offended by that, bro, leave, leave, like just go. Like we don't want you here, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, have faith, not only in me, but in yourself. Your attitudes and your beliefs about yourself and the world are the most important thing in your self improvement, self development journey, whatever you want to call it. It is the most important thing because if you have bad beliefs about yourself, you won't succeed. And if you have bad beliefs about the world, you won't be able to succeed in the world. You won't be able to like see the world for what it actually is, and you'll just have a negative life, bro, and no one wants to live that. Right now, you might be feeling a bit negative. You might have bad beliefs about yourself, or you might have bad beliefs about others or the world or whatever it is. You need to start thinking positively. Positive thinking is so important in today's society. A lot of us don't even like positively think anymore. Isn't it weird that teenagers have mental health issues? Isn't it weird that a lot of them as well? It's not like a minority. If it was a minority, fair enough. It's like I'm making up statistics here. Chill out, bro. I don't have sources, but I'd say around like 60 to 80% of teenagers probably have some sort of insecurity or bad beliefs about themselves. We need to start changing that, bro. And we can change that by starting with you. Once you have good beliefs about yourself, and once you have good beliefs about the world, you'll be able to help others develop good beliefs about themselves and good beliefs about the world. But right now, it starts with you. And that's why I'm making this video. My name's Alfie. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, do all the algorithmic stuff that helps out, because it helps out the channel. Yeah, it does help out the channel, but I can see if you don't want to do it right now, because I haven't gave you much value. If you want to watch throughout the entire video and then make a decision, that's up to you, and that's fine. And so right now, I speak to you, but also my friend. Why can't you be the successful one? How about if that video was more for you than it was for me? Why was it more for me than it was for you? Right? What's the difference between you and me, bro? Because I'm not special, right? If you've heard my story before, I'll go into brief detail. I used to play video games for like 12 to 16 hours a day. No, you know what? Did I even play for like I played for long amounts of time, to say the least. I played video games, I watched porn, just like you did. I scrolled on TikTok, just like you did. I watched anime, just like you have. I am the same as you. Bro, I was so insecure about myself that I didn't even want my mum to take photos of me because I thought there was no point having an ugly person on the camera. A couple of things that I've done that helped me have positive beliefs about myself, and now I'm like classed as the successful one, the guy who's like destined for greatness, right? I want to teach you how you can get that too. I don't speak to just my friend here, but I also speak to you. So there are around three things I did. Like, there's three things that I can come up with on the script that I'm going to tell you about. Number one, and pretty much the easiest one that which you can do right now, is I started thinking more positively about myself. I just like had to force positive thoughts into my brain. Now, I know this might sound like cringe to do, and it's like girls with armpit hair asking for your star sign type, but like type vibes. But I promise you, bro, it's only your benefit. It's like, I'm not gonna ask for your zodiac sign. I don't care if you're a Gemini or like if you're like an Apex legend. I don't care if you're like, oh, like, I don't care, right? The whole point, the whole point is for your benefit, right? You want to think more positively. You don't want to feel like you don't deserve to be on your mum's photos, right? You want to feel like good about yourself, right? Everyone wants to feel good about themselves. So that starts with positive thinking. And the weird thing you can do is just force positive thoughts into your brain. And I know you think I'm a crackhead for saying that, but hear me out, right? Hear me out, hear me out. In our brain, it's kind of like there's two channels. There's, like, you know how a radio works in a car? There's two channels. There's, like, let's say, channel P and channel N. Channel P is your positive thoughts, and channel N is your negative thoughts. The thing with this radio in the car, aka your brain, is the more you tune into one of these two radios, the louder it gets and the more frequent it gets. So the more you listen to it and the louder it gets. So let's say you listen to positive thoughts, right? You listen to positive thoughts on radio. So the more you listen, it'll get louder and they'll be more frequent within your brain, right? And soon enough, almost barely any negative thoughts come through. But the opposite is true as well. If we listen to the negative thoughts, if we have a loud amount of negative thoughts, there's so many of them, positive thoughts start to disappear. And unfortunately, for most of us, the negative radio is louder, right? The negative radio is so loud, we can't hear the positive radio. What we need to do is start tuning into the positive radio, and at first, it won't be very loud. You won't be able to hear it much. But trust me, just keep listening to it, and it's got some nice vibe, right? If you listen to it, it starts to go louder, and soon it overtakes the negative thoughts, and boom, now you're only getting positive thoughts in your mind. And that's what we want. The second thing I did, and probably one of the most important, if not the most important, is just start self-improvement. Start exercising, start journaling, start meditating, reading, do just delay gratification, and your life will get better. Simple as that. Your life will get better once you improve your life through self-improvement. Like, that makes sense, right? Do I need to develop it, bro? Do I need to explain to you why trying to improve yourself will make your life better and why you feel that you'll be the one who's successful? Like, do I need to explain that? Number three, I started to consume the right content. Now, right now, you're watching something educational. If you've watched this far, you're probably interested in what I have to say, right? Right now, you're learning something educational, and that's fantastic. But I guarantee, like, you know what? Yeah, scroll down right now. Don't click on anything else, bro. But scroll down right now. I guarantee your recommended section is full of absolute weenie behavior content. Like, bro, I'm looking at your recommended right now. I can see KSI, I can see Fortnite, I can see a game you haven't played in like 2 years. I know what you're watching, bro. Like, okay, now scroll back up and watch me, right? Scroll back up and just like give me your full attention. One of the best ways to consume the right content is to start reading books. And I know now some people have clicked off and they're not having it, bro. I'm telling you right now, they're livid. But hear me out. I know you don't like reading, and even though you should read, and if you consume this type of content, you will eventually read, and then you will understand that what we are saying on the camera is the exact same advice that we have just taken from books and regurgitated to you. You know what, earlier, when we talked about the positive radio and the negative radio, I literally just stole that from a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. And that's a 10 out of 10 book if you want to start achieving things in life, right? And start thinking bigger and start being a better person. You should probably read that book. And I know you're not going to, and you've just like ignored that full section. I recommend you go back and just watch it and then just take it in and really consider, if this guy used to be so insecure that he didn't even want to be on his mum's photos because he thought he was too ugly, maybe I should listen to this guy. Maybe, just maybe what he's saying has a bit of truth to it. Because if we're being honest, I feel a bit like that too. So go back, watch that section, and come back here. And if you did listen, we can carry on with the video. I know you don't like reading, and so right now, I'm not going to ask you to read this video. I'm not going to ask you to read. This video is not about reading. This is about consuming educational, high-value content, which, by the way, does come from reading, like I've already said. But the next best thing you can do is consume high-value educational content, just like this, just like podcasts, just like other self-improvement YouTubers. I'm guessing if you watch this far, you're into self-improvement. I'm not gonna ask. You know what? I am going to subscribe, please, or do anything algorithmic that helps me out. You may have heard the quote: "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," and that is, it's self-explanatory. But I think now, because of modern technology and videos like YouTube, where anyone can post whatever they want, I think now that most people, including you, right? Most people are indoors. You know what? You probably watch YouTube all of the time. And so who do you spend the most time with? People you watch on YouTube. And so the way I like to think of this now is when you are watching a YouTuber, it's almost like you're spending time with them. You're watching my content right now. You're spending time with me. And because with the average of the 5 people we spend most time with, if there's like 4 other educational people, you'll become more like them. And so what does that mean? It doesn't have to be specifically me, by the way, but you'll become more like 5 people on YouTube who are successful. Could you imagine that, bro? Are you like, that's it? Like, just by osmosis of like knowledge, you'll just be a better person by watching their content. Isn't that sick, bro? Like, that's a cheat code right there, man. And it's so important to choose who influences people in your life, because no matter what, like we just said, you are the average of the 5 people, blah blah blah, right? In every aspect, by the way, it's in every aspect. That means their negative thoughts become your negative thoughts. Their positive thoughts become your positive thoughts, right? Think of it kind of like you'll just become more similar to them, right? So you need to start questioning who you take advice from, and you got to start looking at people and think, do I genuinely want to be more like this person? And if the answer is no, then you should try and get away from them, or just don't let them influence you. Maybe distance yourself from them. If it's on YouTube, you can go away like that. But usually it's like, if it's more like with friends or family, it's going to be harder. So try and just stop them from influencing you as much. But if you ask the question, do I genuinely want to be more like this person? And the answer is yes, stay around them more. If it's a YouTuber you want to be more like watch them more, bro. Like, obviously, it should be educational people, not like Fortnite content. Don't be a weirdo, right? Like, look at people like Chris Williamson, Andrew Huberman. Look, good people in it, like Hamza, CEO of Testosterone, like all these good people, right? If you start watching educational, high value content from high value guys who you want to be more like, you will be more like them. And when you want to be more like them, guess what you should do? Spend more time with them. Consume content from them. If you like me and you feel like you want to be more like me, guess what you should do? Spend more time with me. And I know this is a weird way to think of it, you're spending time with a YouTuber, but it's only your benefit, right? Because I'm doing this and I benefit. If you don't do this, I'm still benefiting. Literally, it's only your benefit to do this. So whether you want to do it or not, I do not lose anything. And so the final message is just find people who positively impact you and stay away or don't really listen to people who negatively impact you and influence you. And with that, that's the end. And because it's the end, you know what I'm going to ask for? Subscribe, like, comment, any algorithmic thing that helps out me and the channel. And with that being said, take care. Safe.